I thought I'd show you some pictures from our house. These are my children, Nasia and Panos, and they are making some trees out of different materials. They had a lovely time doing these. They got to work on nice big paper. They got to make a big bit of a mess. They had lots of fun inventing lots of new ways to make a tree. And they made the backgrounds and things in their little garden. It was a really lovely activity. And we did this once all of our work in the morning had been done, and something to relax with. We were making a tree, and this is my version, this is my tree that I made, and it's called a tree of strength. It's a good strong looking tree with lots of texture for bark and swells and zigzags, and it has leaves on it, and the leaves are bright green outline, but in the leaves are words that I had to think of which represented why I was a strong person. So I had to think really hard about all my qualities and all the things that make me strong. And so I wrote each word in each of the leaves. It would be a good idea to think back to a time where you felt really proud of yourself for doing something really brave or really challenging. Something that you can remember. Can you remember any words that you were given at that time? Any compliments maybe? You can use any material you like, but I'm going to show you what we used. We used oil pastels and watercolour paints and a pencil to draw. I drew around my hand in pencil, quite lightly, don't press too hard, and make sure you draw around the hand that you don't write with. So if you're right-handed, draw around your left hand. And then I went over the outline with an oil pastel, but I left out the tips of the fingers, so they're left open. They're going to be the branches. Next, each of the branches is going to be divided into 3 smaller branches, or 2 if you like. And now for some texture. I'm going to do some swells and some wavy lines. If you like, you could go outside and do a drawing of the bark of a tree. Give you some idea of what shapes to draw. Try not to colour it in all in oil pastel, but instead you can make textural marks on the tree. Leave some white around the marks. And now for some leaves. You need to make some leaves for each of the branches. So it might be a little bit tricky to squeeze them all in, but they can overlap, and some leaves can be underneath other leaves. I've gone for a very kind of traditional style of leaf. 2 curvy lines meeting. I'm using green oil pastel for the leaves. But you can make your leaves look any way you want to, and they don't necessarily have to be green. And now for the hardest part of the project, I thought, which was thinking of words that described my different strengths. So I had to think really hard about the different qualities that I have and how those qualities make me a strong person. Here I'm going over the marks with a watered down watercolour. So I'm using brown for the bark, and the paint has to be really quite thin, not too much colour, otherwise it won't resist the wax. And the leaves don't have to be coloured in green at all. In fact, you could choose a colour that reflects the word. So this was my word I used, was optimist, somebody who looks on the bright side. And to me, the word optimist is a yellow colour. Try to remember to draw your leaves nice and big so that you can fit some good words in there without having to scrunch them all up. And so this is my tree of strength, all finished. And I'm going to put this on my wall. And whenever I feel the need to remind myself that I am a strong person, I will look at these leaves and read their words, and I'll remember that I am all those things. And sometimes it's really hard to remember all of these qualities that we have. I know we hear it from our friends, from our family, from our relatives, but really the most important person you need to hear it from is yourself. So if you show yourself your qualities through this tree, then they'll never leave you. If you don't want to make a tree of strength, you could make a tree of kindness, perhaps. Or how about a tree of creativity? I hope you enjoy this project as much as I did. Bye for now.